Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, I hope everybody is having a great day. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And listen, we got to get into this because we had to go back a little bit and really look at some other information, because we've been kind of saying like we like Shamea, but we don't necessarily like what she given us lately, especially when she continued to exhaust us with these statements about Whorsha saying that she gonna F somebody's husband. And in fact, Shamea told us that if it was her husband, she would laugh. So let's get into how we gonna break that lie down, because if it was Shamea's husband, she actually wouldn't laugh. In fact, it happened. And we're gonna get into what she actually said when somebody said it to her.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And I will admit when I'm wrong, and y'all, I've been totally wrong about this entire Shamea situation. I don't think Shamea is exactly who I thought she was. Just giving, everything that we learned with regards to a few situations. I thought she was, giving authentic, but I don't really think that she is. And actually, as I go back and look at the previous episodes, like years ago, it looks like Shamea was definitely, had a quench for thirst and needed to be a part of this. So it's very shocking that she said that she wasn't on the show because her husband didn't want to be a part of it. But I guess, I mean, if she couldn't be a part of it, she couldn't be a part of it. But what I wanted to get into is, we know about the statement. We know exactly what Porsha said to Angela, or about Angela's husband. And Shamea laughed about it. But where it gets a little bit crazy is that Shamea continues to give these statements. And in fact, Shamea said that if it happened to her, let me break it down. She said if somebody said it to her husband, she would laugh about it, because if her husband F somebody else, then pretty much was he really her husband? So let's kind of get into some of that, y'all.
Rather quickly, but you're still mad at me for laughing. Ha ha. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. If she can actually pull Charles to sleep with him, then did you really have him?
So she's referencing the Charles situation. Now, let's listen to what she says about people saying, what if it happened to you?
I said the same thing about my husband before you say, if the shoe was turned around or if it was on the other foot, how would you react? I would laugh, because if you can take Gerald from me, good riddance.
Okay. Now, y'all heard that. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it. She said that if it was her and it happened to her, she would laugh, because if you could take Gerald from her, she wouldn't care. It's pretty much what she said. Now, we are only going by what this woman said, because listen, I'm trying to figure out, why is she being so inauthentic? And, in all honesty, like I said in my previous video, that energy is not coming from a woman that is happily married. I mean, you can be in a happily relationship and not be married and get an attitude about somebody saying they gonna sleep with somebody's husband, because if you are a woman that aspire to get married, you don't like that either. So the fact that she didn't have a problem with this, I'm like, this lady does not appear to be really happy, because who gives a statement like that? Nobody gives a statement. Now, I understand what she said, but as I stated before, it's a time and a place for everything. And I don't think that this was the time and the place to make that statement. Well, I listened to what y'all said in the comments, and I went back, and we're going to get into what she did and how she treated Marlo, because Marlo made a statement. And what Marlo said was, "Why are you so angry with me? It's not like I slept with your husband." Marlo didn't say, "I'm going to sleep with your husband." She's like, "Hey, what's the issue?" Because as y'all recall, Shamea was always Porsha's lapdog. So where the problem started is that Porsha was upset because Marlo had, her and Kenya had befriended each other. And then at that time, Kenya and what's her name? Porsha was not getting along. So Porsha didn't like the fact that Marlo was now talking to Kenya, and therefore recruited Shamea to also go against Marlo. But shit came to a head when Marlo said, "Why you acting like that? I didn't sleep with your husband." But not only did Shamea get really enraged, she said some really interesting things. Let's get into it.
And Shamea started to have words.
Okay, I remember that.
So, okay, do you want to tell or you want me to say?
You tell me I get it. Okay, you started.
Okay, so y'all started having words, and I think she said, you said something about her husband. How did the subject of her husband
You know what happened? No, this is what happened, Candy. I'm going to take you back there. And I'm drinking. Candy, don't drink. She getting old, y'all. Her memory going short. So, Candy, you remember we were talking. And I said, "Shamea, what's the problem? It's not like I fucked your man."
Oh, you did say that.
That's what I said. And what she said, you remember?
She said, "Oh, you can never fuck my man. He would never want you. He would never fuck you."
No, he'll never. You can never fuck my man. He'll never want you. I say, girl, if you fuck.
Okay, let's stop that right there. Wait a minute. You got upset? Wait a minute, Shamea. Like Marlo calls her, Shamea. Wait a minute, Shamea. I know you didn't say that. Because you said that
If she can actually pull Charles to sleep with him, then did you really have him? I say the same thing about my husband before you say, if the shoe was turned around or if it was on the other foot, how would you react? I would laugh.
Oh, she said she would laugh. Now, based on the research, that was actually a lie, because it happened and you did not laugh. In fact, this is what you did.
You here want me. That's exactly what I said. So if it was that bad, I apologize to her at the reunion, but that's verbatim what I said, y'all. I said, "Shamea, I don't understand. What is our issue? It's not like I fucked your man. I did something to your family. My husband, I never fuck you. Girl, you done fucked half of Africa. Are you for real?"
No, you did say you can have him if you wanted to.
No, but I'm telling her.
And that was when it started going left.
No, I said if he didn't fuck you, I definitely know I can fuck him.
All right. You started saying something about some text messages or something.
I said, "Be quiet" before I pull out the receipts. From the text messages from Barcelona, but I sent you and Porsha already.
Okay.
That part.
So, with that being said,
on that one. See, Candy, stop.
I was just like, I just remembered I was sitting there thinking like, oh shit, this just went left.
The thing that I didn't like though, Candy, she tried to make it seem like I said I would fuck her husband or I wanted to. I was using it as an example, you guys. Like, hey, I didn't do anything to her.
Now, shout out to Candy Burris. Candy, I think hers is Candy Online. So shout out to her, because this is the interview that she actually did with Marlo. Are y'all like understanding what's happening here? Shamea said it is not a problem really for Porsha to say that, because in all honesty, if Porsha can do that to your husband, that's kind of like a you problem. But then she went on to say, if it happened to her, so y'all don't be coming for her now, because if it happened to her, she would laugh. Does it seem like she laughed here? I'm confused.
Your child, your family. I haven't messed with your husband. And then I don't know if it was me being raised in foster care or just the way her response was when I said that about her. He'll never like, bitch, you're scum. You're dirty. No, you're not going to make me feel like I'm scum. My father already made me feel like I wasn't worthy. You're not going to make me feel like you're better than me. No, he's a man. And if he slept with you, he would sleep with me. It is what it is. Now, since he's married to you, he may not, but he damn sure would have before he was married to you, for sure. I promise you that.
Okay.
And like Kenya said, my statement does not change. When I said she put half of Africa, she got livid. I don't think you got that mad when I said about your husband. It was about the Africa. Ain't nothing wrong with Africa. I love African men, baby.
Now that you all hear that, now I don't know why people keep saying this, because this is also what Phaedra said. Marlo said, I said you effed half of Africa. Where is this stuff coming from? Are y'all saying these people making it up? Are they making it up? Because it's a lot to make up.
Baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it was just because, hey, you just cut me off. I do not do good with rejection, not from friends or someone who says they love me or they're supposed to love me. Note to self. I do not. Not when you're supposed to love me and care about me, and I'll let you in.
But yeah, she was still upset leaving from that point on about that particular conversation.
I remember she said, I'm married. You would not disrespect me. She was so upset. I'm like, girl.
Wait a minute. Shamea said, I'm married. You would not disrespect me? Wait a minute now. But when Angela wanted to have a conversation with her, it was a problem. But when all Marlo said is, Shamea, what's the problem? You act like I slept with your husband. She never said she was going to sleep with your husband. She is simply addressing your attitude. But you blew that from 0 to 1,000. So what's the issues here? Like, this doesn't make any sense, because Marlo didn't say she was going to sleep with your husband, but because she used that as an example, you wanted to let her know that she was scum of the earth and that your husband wouldn't have her. I'm going to have to agree with Marlo. You have to understand, men, they go off of looks, your body and stuff like that. So I'm with Marlo. If he slept with you, I'm positive he'll sleep with Marlo, because I mean, if I were to say, who looked the best, I like Shamea's personality, but for me, I'm gonna just say Marlo. That's just me. So I'm not saying Shamea is ugly, but I'm simply saying men are attracted to your physical attraction, your body, stuff like that. They're not necessarily thinking about anything else. So to make a statement to say he would never, I gotta agree with Marlo on that one.
Girl, if the shoe fit, wear it.
Oh my gosh. So here's the question. Have y'all been able to talk since then?
No, because her and Porsha are still cool.
You think that's the only reason why y'all are been able to?
Because, I mean, why not? Listen, Shamea and I were cool. All of this is because I said, wasn't me. It started with, wasn't me. You remember I posted a little video?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. So that's pretty much what I wanted to address, because, again, we know, based on what has been going on, around online, what she said on the show is, it's not a problem. Like, you guys are blowing this thing out of proportion with regards to this Porsha situation and Charles Oakley, because it's really not that serious. But apparently it really is that serious. It's serious.
For reacting about Porsha saying she should sleep with Charles.
I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm raising 2 daughters. Porsha's not one of them. That's not my child. That's my friend. If you feel some kind of way about what she's saying, you say something to her. You check her. But instead, you hugged her, embraced her, and you've moved on rather quickly, but you're still mad at me for laughing. Ha ha.
Failure to address the real issue. So that's one thing about social media. they will get you together. If they got to go back 30 years, they're going to say, hey, you said this. And this is exactly what is happening. People are like, girl, this is what you said when somebody made a similar remark towards your husband. Not only did she make this statement, which now doesn't hold true at all, she also stated, if y'all think you're going to say something about me saying, well, what if it was your husband? This is what I got for y'all.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. If she can actually pull Charles to sleep with him, then did you really have him? I say the same thing about my husband before you say, if the shoe was turned around or if it was on the other foot, how would you react? I would laugh.
She said she would laugh. But that's just not what we just heard. That's not what we just heard. Because Marlo, and we watched this show, Marlo said that Shamea went crazy off. Y'all need to hear it again.
Okay. I remember that.
So, okay, do you want to tell them or you want me to tell them?
You tell me
How it got
I get in. Okay, you started.
Okay. So y'all started having words, and I think she said, you said something about her husband. How did the subject of her husband
You know what
up?
happened? No, this is what happened, Candy. I'm gonna take you back there. And I'm drinking. Candy, don't drink. She getting old, y'all. Her memory going short. So, Candy, you remember we were talking. And I said, Shamea, what's the problem? It's not like I fucked your man.
Oh, you did say that.
That's what I said. And what she said, you remember?
She said, oh, you can never fuck my man. He would never want you. He would never fuck you.
No, he'll never. You can never fuck my man. He'll never want you. I said, girl, if he fucked you, he'll want me. That's exactly what I said. So if it was that bad, I apologize to her at the reunion, but that's verbatim what I said, y'all. I said, Shamea, I don't understand. What is our issue? It's not like I fucked your man. I did something to your family. My husband, I never fucked you. Girl, you done fucked half of Africa. Are you for real?
No, you did say you can have him if you wanted to.
No, but I'm telling her.
And that was when it started going left.
I said, if he didn't fuck you, I definitely.
Do you guys see the difference here? Marlo didn't say what Porsha said. So the situation with Porsha was very, very different. If you guys recall, Angela stated that she actually had went upstairs and decided she was going to go to sleep, if y'all remember, right? She also stated that she was, I don't know, how she actually heard the conversation, if she was looking out the window, if she was eavesdropping, but does it really matter at whatever point how she heard it? The fact of the matter is it was said, it was heard, and I mean, what is her name? Kelly said Porsha said it, and eventually Porsha owned up to she actually said this. So the fact of the matter is, regardless of how it was determined what Porsha said, it was actually said. But what Marlo said was not even the same. It was like giving an example, like, girl, why are you so mad at me? You act like I did this. She never said as if I was going to do that, but she was brutally attacked by Shamea and pretty much made to seem like she is less than her to say, girl, my husband would never. Don't ever say never.
Definitely know I can fuck.
All right. You started saying something about some text messages or something.
I said, and be quiet before I pull out the receipts. From the text messages from Barcelona, but I sent you and Porsha already.
Okay.
That part.
So, with that being said,
on that one. See, can't stop.
I was just like, I just remembered I was sitting there thinking like, oh shit, this just went left.
The thing that I didn't like though, Candy, she tried to make it seem like I said I would fuck her husband or I wanted to. I was using it as an example, you guys.
Exactly. Now, are y'all seeing the narratives here? She never said I was going to do that, but it was made to seem like that's what she said. But Shamea just said, I wouldn't care. So Shamea, why do you care? Because then this will be the exact same situation. If Marlo had said, I will, or I'm gonna F your husband, because that is what Porsha said. And that is exactly what you said Oh, that's not a biggie. It's no problem with that. And if it would happen to me, I would laugh. Well, you didn't actually laugh in this situation. So why are you laughing at Angela?
It's like, hey, I didn't do anything to hurt your child, your family. I haven't messed with your husband. And then I don't know if it was me being raised in foster care or just the way her response was when I said that about her. He'll never like, bitch, you're scum, you're dirty. No, you're not going to make me feel like I'm scum. My father already made me feel like I wasn't worthy. You're not going to make me feel like you're better than me. No, he's a man. And if he slept with you, he would sleep with me. It is what it is. Now, since he's married to you, he may not, but he damn sure would have before he was married to you, for sure. I promise you that.
Okay.
And like Kenya said, my statement does not change. When I said she from half of Africa, she got livid. I don't think you got that mad when I said about your husband. It was about the Africa. Ain't nothing wrong with Africa. I love Africa.
And I know y'all heard that Marlo said she got extremely livid. You know how they go back and forth. And Marlo's like, girl, you half of Africa. That was a huge problem. You know, people get upset when the truth comes out. Now, I don't know if it's the truth, but she was enraged, very upset.
African man, baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it was just because, hey, you just cut me off. I do not do good with rejection, not from friends or someone who says they love me or they're supposed to love.
And also getting more into this entire, situation. What about how Angela felt? Angela is still feeling, the effects of all of this, because we can kind of get into what Angela said recently when she did this Dish Nation podcast.
Prompted her to say that?
I mean, that's what whores do.
Oh,
That was a sniper shot. Like, yo,
but so what is
she meant it though?
what is your thought process to come to that statement?
I just, that's the immediate reaction. I don't care who says it,
Okay.
right? If anyone says that, I'm like, wait a minute, that's whorish activities. So that was my immediate reaction. And I know she said she was inebriated and she was just having fun, but I don't have fun like that with my friends. I didn't like it.
So when you go home, what was the combo like with Charles?
He went off. She don't know me. Keep my name out your mouth. All of that, because he didn't deserve that.
Right.
He didn't deserve first of all, he's not accessible. And for her to say that, it's as though anybody can do it. It was just disrespectful to him. And he's really big on respect.
Okay. I'm asking out of pure ignorance here, so forgive me. But what did she mean by she better stop, or like what was the better stop in reference?
I don't know. The only thing I heard with my own ears was I should fuck Charles. I didn't hear, anything before that or after that, because I was putting on my clothes going downstairs to check the front door. Yeah, this is my husband.
Oh, yeah.
So Angela, honey, at the end of the day, Angela ain't playing with Porsha. So the fact that Shamea made this statement as to, it's not such a big idea. It's not so bad, because if it were me, I wouldn't even take it this serious. In fact, I would laugh. Shamea, you didn't laugh. In fact, you went after Marlo, and you made it seem like she was scum of the earth, because for some reason you probably think you're better than her. And I don't believe so. What I've learned about some women, if somebody else's background is different than yours, you want to try to make it seem like you're better. But that's not particularly the case. And what you say, that's not necessarily the case here, because why do you think you're better than Marlo? Like, is it because she was in a foster home? Absolutely not. You're not better, and you're not prettier than Marlo. So stop trying to make it seem like your husband wouldn't talk to her because for some reason you think you look better. I mean, because you don't. And that's the scoop on Shamea, y'all. It's just like I said before, all of the receipts is kind of giving that she a miniature Porsha, and we can kind of understand why she's been Portia's lapdog for all of these times, and now it seems maybe she's trying to step out of Portia's shadow. But when you constantly make these dumb interviews and make these dumb statements, it makes you look stupid, because I don't think that Porsha would do it for you. In fact, the good part of this interview in the front, what is her name? Marlo and Kandi talked about how Shamea basically was Porsha's lapdog and pretty much would do anything just to protect Porsha. So, I mean, and y'all probably already know this. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a